Good morning, everyone. One of the things I often find when I talk to people as a life coach is that they sometimes struggle to be able to achieve what they want in life, and largely because they've never really taken the time to sit down and actually think about their goals and the outcomes that they want in life, and to write them down and also to visualize what it would be like once they've achieved these outcomes and goals. Because yeah, it's important to write, smart goals, to create smart goals in life, specific and measurable, achievable, realistic and time-contained goals. But it's also really important to have sensory goals where we actually begin to visualize what it would feel like if we achieve these goals. What would we see happening? What would we be doing? What would we hear around us? And how would we be feeling? And some people, are really kind of want to achieve things in life, either in their business or in their personal life, but they've never really taken the time to be really focused and specific on what it is they want to achieve. What is this goal that they want to work towards? And also, they've never taken the time to visualize it and also to think about options for how they can begin to move forward in specific action points. So, on Monday, the 12th of October, I'm holding a coaching to visualize your future taster workshop. It's a free workshop that will be held on Zoom, where basically I'll be engaging in some group coaching to let people see the kind of approaches that they can use. I very much believe in a meditative approach. I very much believe in using techniques like dynamic breathing, meditation, and visualization to be able to achieve your goals. So, one of the first things that I would do is to get people settled by just maybe taking a couple of minutes to settle into their breath. So, closing their eyes. I would ask people to just allow themselves to focus on the breath. Meaning to ride the waves of the breath. Noticing each in-breath, each out-breath. Wherever it's most vivid. Perhaps in the nostrils, in the chest, or in the lower abdomen. And just allowing the breath to be as you find it, without having to change it in any way. And gradually, just whenever you're ready, to expand your awareness, to take in the whole body as a whole, sitting here breathing. And very, very gradually opening your eyes. So now that you've brought yourself into this meditative state, beginning to think then of an area of your life that you want to improve on. Perhaps an area related to personal relationships, related to your business, executive performance. It could be something to do with your health and well-being, your personal fitness, a sport that you engage in. It doesn't matter, but it's got to be something that's real and something that really matters to you, and something that you feel that you do have some control over. So it shouldn't be a goal related to someone else. It should be something connected to you and something that you do have some control over. And then I would encourage people to write that goal down, that outcome down in one sentence for easy reference. So it could be something that you're wanting to work towards over a period of months, perhaps. But then the next stage is to get you thinking about a more specific goal. Okay, so something like achieving the top sales figures for the year. That's something that is more longer term, or being able to get fit to run a marathon. That's something that's going to take a number of months. Or to improve my time management skills. That's something that's going to take a while to do. Whatever it is, you probably have a long-term goal in mind, but now let's break it down. Let's think about one aspect that's really important for you to address in the shorter term. And then think about, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being that everything in this area of your life is exactly as it should be, and 1 meaning that you've only really just started to think about it. Where are you now? Where would you position yourself in relation to this? And how will you know when you're 1 step closer? And when can you achieve this first step by? So maybe thinking now in relation to maybe a number of weeks, perhaps 2 or 3 weeks from now, what would you want to achieve? And how will you know that you get when you've got there? So then I would lead people into this visualisation task. So just again allowing your eyes to close, allowing your attention to settle in the breath. And now just allowing an image to form in your mind's eye. An image of your future self. Imagining meeting your future self. Perhaps one day about 2 to 3 weeks from now, when your initial goal or outcome has been achieved. What do you see here? What does your future self look like? What are you hearing? What's your tone of voice like? The body language that you see? What are other people saying to your future self? And how are you feeling as a result of being able to achieve this first step goal? Now bringing yourself back and beginning to reflect on what you saw there. What did you feel? What did you see? What did you hear? What were you doing? And then thinking about options to move forward. So thinking about, for instance, first of all, the reality of where you currently are and what you've tried to do so far to achieve this first stage goal. What's been successful, not so successful, what obstacles are in the way. And thinking then about how to move forward. What could you do to move that 1 stage forward? If you're currently at a 2 on that scale of 1 to 10, how could you move to a 3 or a 4 initially? Then let's think about what you will do. So moving forward, the action points for the next 2 to 3 weeks. What could come along to prevent you from being able to achieve those actions? And what will you have to do to make sure that doesn't become a problem? And we'll think about overcoming, if there's limiting beliefs that might get in the way, how can you overcome those limiting beliefs? And how will you know when you've got there? How will you be feeling? And what have you learned in this process? So coaching to visualise your future, really important to actually make time to sit down and reflect on these things if you really want to progress in this area of your life. So, interested in these techniques? Join me on Monday the 12th of October. So the link is below on Eventbrite to book a place on this free coaching taster session, to see if coaching is for you, to see if you can begin to think initially about where you want to go in life and how you're going to get there. Looking forward to seeing you there, and thanks for listening.